What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and yesterday in the middle of a stream I happened to check Twitter just to check DMs, and I saw something trending, and I thought it was really weird for several different reasons, and it was hashtag Save Ben Solo. And we'll get into the different reasons why I thought it was strange. Maybe the most being that it's hard to save someone or something that does not want to be saved. And Adam Driver most definitely does not want to play Kylo Ren again. He is done with Star Wars for good reason. But we'll get into all that. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker fans mount a probably doomed hashtag Save Ben Solo campaign. Yesterday, something was trending on social media ahead of Adam Driver's return to SNL, which I will say SNL's basically trash now, but there was some pretty funny clips from it. I will say that. A hashtag Save Ben Solo campaign, which I saw tweeted at least 50,000 times by the time I stopped checking, and visiting the hashtag, you will see the work of Star Wars' largest and loudest current fan base, the Reylos. Well, it turns out that 13-year-old girls have a lot of time on their hands to tweet. I will say that. Reylos are fans who have shipped Rey and Kylo Ren for a long while now, and for at least 95% of the Rise of Skywalker, we're happy that the two finally ended up together. 95% did you watch the movie? What do you mean that they ended up together? They were fighting the entire movie. What do you mean? Why do people not know what they're talking about who work for Forbes? But spoilers follow. The problem, of course, was the final Rise of Skywalker had Ben Solo converting back to the light side by using his Force dyad with Rey to bring her back to life after she's vanquished the Emperor. The problem was that it cost him his own life. He dies, fading into the Force with the body of his mother, and Rey goes on to live and adopt the Rey Skywalker name. So while Reylos got their kiss and love story in the end, they're not amused as it ended in tragedy. And the hashtag Save Ben Solo campaign is supposed to be a message to Disney to bring Ben Kylo back in some capacity. They are done with these characters. Real quick, we might as well do it now. Listen, I will read the rest of this stupid article, but let's see here. More Ben Solo. Adam Driver seemingly shuts the door on Star Wars. Now, he was asked about Star Wars if he wanted to be Kylo Ren in a prequel or flashback or any sequel, anything like that. This is what he says. This is not at all on the agenda. This experience will forever remain one of the highlights of my career, but I aspire to other adventures. And that could be taken like, oh, well, maybe be open to it, but he just doesn't think it's possible. This is the next part. By 2020, I want to disappear. I want to be forgotten so I can be offered very different projects. I will try to be as discreet as possible during the holiday season because I hate drawing attention to myself. It may be surprising to an actor, but I like to be incognito. One thing is certain. I will avoid the cinemas and especially the places where we project a Star Wars. And there you go. That is, can it be any more clear that he wants nothing more to do with Kylo Ren, nothing more to do with Disney Star Wars?
Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
And of course, we've also seen Poe Dameron. We've also seen Daisy Ridley say similar things. Daisy Ridley a little more iffy on it. John Boyega pretty iffy as well. Basically, if we get the whole gang together, John Boyega said, well, then I might think about it. Nobody wants to do Disney Star Wars again because it hasn't been an experience that anyone wants to remember. Let's just be honest. But back to this. So now that we know that there's no potential for this ever to happen, Ben Solo can't be saved, one, because he's freaking dead. Stop bringing back all these people that are dead. And two, because Adam Driver doesn't want to be Kylo Ren. But some people don't understand that. So let's get through this. I agree with this group that Adam Driver's Ben Solo is easily the most compelling thing about the entire trilogy, as he was in a different league than almost everyone else. That is true. Adam Driver and Kylo Ren is the best part of the sequel trilogy, but that's also like around the same accomplishment as maybe being the tallest dwarf or something like that. And it's a very low bar to be the most compelling character in this trilogy. And even if his arc mirrors Darth Vader almost exactly in the end, good old J.J. Abrams at work, it was still a very compelling finale, I thought. Yes, you thought that. You may be just about the only person, well, not the only person. There are some people that really liked Rise of Skywalker, but they are few and far between. The problem is not that I think saving Ben Solo is impossible. After all, Boba Fett's crawled out of the Sarlacc pit, and Emperor Palpatine coming back last minute as the Rise of Skywalker villain sub-in. Yeah, and it was absolutely raked across the coals for Palpatine coming back because he was dead. But the problem is I think Disney is just flat out done with this storyline in this corner of the Star Wars universe, possibly forever. That's true. At this point, I think Disney's washing their hands of the Star Wars Skywalker saga. I mean, they're pretty upfront about it as they sold it as the end of a 9-film arc, and it seems likely whatever they do next is not going to continue on with the surviving characters. The body count for the film's surprisingly high. What? No, it's not. Leia and Ben and Snap Wexley? Can you think of anybody else that died? Leia had to die because Carrie Fisher's dead. And then Ben Solo. Who else died? Chewbacca didn't die. R2 didn't die. C-3PO didn't die. Lando didn't die. Wedge didn't die. Rey died for a second, then she's fine. Who died? You guys are not ready for New Jedi Order. You guys are not ready for actual dark Star Wars content, especially you, Paul Tassi, whatever your name is. All right, but again, even if I could see some world where Rey's next adventures are surfing the unknown regions of the Force, trying to resurrect Ben somehow, that's a story I just don't think Disney is interested in telling. What? Just find a planet. Just find a planet full of 300 million Sith loyalists and just say, hey, you guys know I'm a Palpatine? Can you help me out? You know, you resurrected my grandpa. Can you just do the same for this dude? There's no body. He became one with the Force, but I'm sure that's easy, right? But somehow, that's a story I don't think they're willing in telling. The latest rumor is about the High Republic several hundred years ago, and the past rumors also talk about a live-action KOTOR. Rian Johnson's trilogy is still potentially coming, but Lord knows we won't have anything to do with the last 3 films. And on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, the delayed Obi-Wan, and Cassian Andor. Everyone's really excited for the Cassian Andor series. In short, I would be genuinely amazed if Disney continued Rey, Finn, Poe's story at any time in the next decade. I think they want to break from core Star Wars saga because they killed it. People aren't interested in it anymore. They have completely diminished returns. This thing has barely creeped over $1 billion. It's going to be 7th place at the box office this morning. 7th place in its 5th week of release. What a joke. What a joke the end of this movie is. Disney has to be so disappointed in what Lucasfilm has done with Star Wars. They've killed it. There's no merchandise. They've killed the sequel trilogy. I would imagine we even see a whole lot of other separate projects before it's even considered if we head back to see what Rey's up to. No one cares. And even if it did happen, you're still assuming the plotline about bringing Ben back in a way other than him potentially showing up as a Force ghost, which frankly just seems like wishful thinking. I respect the sadness over Ben being killed, but I don't think it was necessary either. And yet I can't imagine that Ben Solo can be saved at this point, no matter how hard fans may attempt to wish it into existence. Okay, let's just take a look at the Ben Solo hashtag. Now, you have to be warned. This person is showing their Reylo tattoos. Oh my god, are those shin tattoos? What the hell? More Reylo art. Everybody loves Reylo art, don't they? These are ketchup bottles and pickles. Condiment Wars, the rise of Skywalker, hashtag save Ben Solo. This is what people were tweeting out to get this trending. There you go. Adam Driver, save Ben Solo. Jeez. It's so weird. People were like pushing side by sides with Carrie Fisher and Ben Solo, or Kylo Ren, whatever you want to call him. It's so strange and weird, and it's true that the Reylos are pretty loud. Look at this. Look what's trending right now as I'm bitching about this. White male rage is trending. Well, sometimes it's appropriate, I suppose. The sacred texts. It's just... Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you, Ninja Space Lord. Here. Fuck Save Ben Solo. I want Jaina Solo back. That's true. People can't deal with it. Like I said, if you want to ship characters, that's fine, but the people that are so intense about this Reylos stuff is extremely strange, and it's unhealthy, just to be honest with you, the behavior of them. But, you know, I guess ask for what you want. The real problem at the end of the day is the person who would play him wants nothing to do with the character anymore, because he knows. He knows what this sequel trilogy was. He knows what this character was. And Adam Driver will not be playing Kylo Ren again, whether you want him to or not, whether they say find some convoluted way to try to bring him back to life. Kylo Ren is done. What the hell is his name? Adam Driver is done with Kylo Ren, with Ben Solo, and with Star Wars, because Lucasfilm destroyed any chance for him ever wanting to come back to be part of it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this hashtag Save Ben Solo, about the Reylos trying to save Ben Solo so they can actually have them live a life together. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's something Disney would do? And most importantly, do you think Adam Driver would ever hashtag change his mind about it? Because I don't see it happening. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.